Welcome back to the DDO tour guide. Today we'll be in Redfang the Unruled, a level 3 quest in the marketplace. This is a fairly long quest with 7 collectibles, 5 rare spawns, and a bunch of traps. It's almost all spiders and scorpions, so arachnophobes can stay well away. And with that, let's get to it. And here we are, outside of Redfang the Unruled. The entrance and the quest giver are right next to each other here in this east-southeast portion, right near the tent. See, the tent is right there. Hireling vendors over there, so it's very convenient. But let's see what Basil has to say. I have made a terrible error and need your help. I had meant to keep the foul thing in my basement. I had no knowledge of the basement below my basement. Now she is free in there. Send me to your task. Oh, thank you. Redfang, a giant spider, is in the sub-basement of this home. I enhanced her with some spell work that I had been using. Alteration, mostly, but the experiment went awry when she escaped. Find her and kill her, please. And so we shall. Onward. We're taking this one on Elite. So in Redfang the Unruled, there are 3 possible rare spawns that we can kill. There are 7 collectibles, and there are a whole bunch of traps. We'll be showing you the locations of all of those as we go along. So let's get started. And we're going to start off with a trap almost immediately. You can see that the box is over here on the right, and the trap is on the left. This is a fire-breathing trap, so it is possible to jump over if you have enough jump. We go down.
Desiccated corpses line the walls and hang from the ceiling. Dead assistants or failed adventurers.
You can see that there is a door there that's closed. This is the lever to open that door. And a spider did spawn behind me. It came out of an egg. You need to be careful of the spiders and the eggs as you go along. As you can see, this is one of the quests that has a great many breakables. So if you want the extra experience, there are a lot of crates to break. Now, as you can see, we have more spiders. And we're going to go take a look at the door before we figure out how to open it. So the door.
2 signal crystals rest on either side of the metal door.
You see? And the DM told us there are 2 crystals. So we're going to collect this collectible. That is the first of 7. And then we're going to go up here, because this is where one of the levers is. So this is right here in front of the doors. The other one we actually ran past on the way here. As it's up there, you can see that. We'll take this lever, or this ladder, and pull this. And the door opens. And that's it for this top level. So now we're going to head down the shaft.
Platforms line the rim of a deep shaft descending into the unknown.
Now this shaft you can get back out of between the jumping puzzles and the ladders. There is one later on which does not give you that luxury. Now note, you don't want to jump straight down because there is a trap here. And we'll get to disarming that in a moment. Over here, this is actually the spawn point of one of the rare spawns. It's a gargoyle. But he has not spawned this time, so instead we will simply collect this collectible and move on to disarming the trap. See, this is another fire-breathing trap. And the panel is on the opposite wall.
A dangerous-looking spider crawls in the shadows, hungry for a meal.
This is the rare spawn.
Venom becomes still as you end its life.
And again, we have a door with 2 signal crystals. And we have 2 levers. One of them is right here, all on its own. And the other one is over here, behind where the rare spawn spider came from. You can see that Venom dropped a poison sack. There is only one of these for the party, and whoever picks it up will get an extra potion reward from the NPC. We'll show that later. Now, through this door is the rest shrine. Note that we are in front of the no return drop, so unless you have Dimension Door, this is a use it or lose it shrine. As you can also see, we have spotted danger, so we're going to search. There's a spike trap in front of this door, and the panel to disarmament is right next to it, very conveniently. See, that's disabled. And now we float down here. Sometimes there's a chest here. We don't have it this time, but we will collect the rubble. Those of you keeping track, that is 3 collectibles out of our total 7. Now, as you can see, there's a lever, so we're going to pull that. Which opens this door.
A signal crystal is set on the wall. Perhaps it is tied to a door somewhere.
So this one is actually tied to the door on the other side of this.
Deadly-looking scorpion crawls forward to challenge you.
Which is actually fairly far forward from here, so you really want to make sure you get this one. Otherwise, you're going to have to backtrack a lot to come get it. Our spidey
Though there
senses
appears to be a way through the spikes, the high ground seems safer.
are tingling, so we're going to get that trap in a moment. But first, we have a lever to pull. This is the other yellow crystal for that gate much later on. And we also have collectible number 4 down here. Collectible number 5 is in the middle there. So, as you can see, this is a whole room full of spike traps. The panel for which is right here. But note that it only disables some of them. But it does give us a nice safe path to get the pack. And we get to come over here and pull this lever to open the door on the way forward. This is the poison trap room. There are poison traps pretty much everywhere in this room. So first we'll be showing the safe path if you don't have a trapper. So you're going to have to jump over to here. And then you can see that there's a poison trap here and there. We want to run between them straight across to that lever. You don't even need a lot of jump because you can stand on these. And then you pull the lever. The gate opens and you can move forward. But first, before we move forward on our tour, we will be disarming these traps. You do want to go clockwise. Because going clockwise means you can disarm all of the traps without having to run through any of them. So, this is control box number 1. And there's one right here by the door. That kind of breaks the rule of going clockwise, but it's easily accessible. Control box number 3. Box number 4. Note how this one controls that trap, which means if you came counterclockwise, you would have to run past it to get to the box. Also, that one is still active. All the others are not, but that one is. So you still want to avoid that one. Once more, we have another lever. As you can see, this is also yellow, so that's 3 total yellow ones. And we have an extra bonus chest here. moss. That brings us to 5 of 7. Now this is the guy who...
chitinous body clatters to the floor.
He's the one who spawned earlier when we walked close to this grate when we pulled that lever. As you can see, just like the other rare spawn, he also drops Stinger. And there is a trap right here.
Cobwebs here are thicker, as if a more potent silk were being spun by the spiders. Redfang must be near.
Let's show you where the actual thing is. So, as you can see, it's a fire breather, but you can jump it if you don't have a trapper. Alright, and there we go. This is the last trap. It is another fire-breathing trap. And as such, you can jump it with sufficient jump. There is a hidden door here that always has an orange named behind it. So we'll grab some extra chests. Collectible number 6 out of 7. And proceed to the last fight.
Chittering noises of alarm rise around you as you breach the heart of Redfang's lair. Redfang collapses in a heap, twitching and hissing as life ebbs from its body.
Note that the quest has not completed. You can come here, you can collect collectible number 7 out of 7. And if you are going for breakable XP, you have time to run around and break everything, because the quest will complete once we grab the silk glands. Of course, you don't want to teleport out immediately, because your loot is up here. So this is the final chest for loot. And that does it for the quest of Redfang. Let's see what our quest giver has to say. And of course, we want to be able to accept his rewards. Huzzah! You slew the beast. No longer will she haunt my dream. Hopefully, I will be able to create some type of poison that will kill her offspring. It was simple enough, just a spider after all. What is that you found? Now, this is the extra dialogue option you get because I have picked up the poison glands and the stinger. I found another large spider. It had a swollen poison sac that I acquired. This is a remarkable discovery, friend. If I am correct, this is a sample of poison from the offspring of my creation. That would mean she is capable of breeding, perhaps at an accelerated rate and with increased chance of producing spiders possessed of powerful toxins. Terrifying. Thank you again, and be sure that you put that potion to good use. Now, the potion he mentions is an extra quest reward that you get for turning in the toxin gland. You can see it is Cat's Grace. And this is the extra dialogue because we picked up the poison stinger. What is that you found? A stinger that belonged to a very strong scorpion. Excellent work, friend. I altered the poison carried by this scorpion through a painstaking magical process. Wait, this isn't the same stinger at all. Likely not from the same scorpion. Amazing. It appears as though the scorpions I altered have been breeding. This is remarkable and frightening. Thank you again for your assistance. I assume that you will find a use for that potion. And again, we get another potion, which is Fox's Cunning. You have done the city a great service, and you have my thanks. Glad I could be of service. And now we get our actual reward, which we'll, yeah. And that is it for Redfang the Unruled.